On today's episode, we are getting into the new Bulleit Bottled in Bond Bourbon. I think this might have just made me a fan of Bulleit. I go by the name of. Let's get into this.
Play the intro. I go by the name of Lord.
Let's review some whiskey. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, nice to see you all. Now, folks, I said, in the last video, we gotta go. And I didn't show you the bottle at hand, but I'm gonna leave this all in so you can hear me actually actively looking for this bottle. Can you guys still hear me? Of course you can, because the mic is connected to me. Now, I gotta go. My goal is, can we get to 500 subscribers? I know we can. As soon as we get to 500 subscribers, I want to crack this open and give you my review. This is none other than the Van Winkle Lot B12 year. Woo! So yeah, let's go ahead, get those numbers up to 500. I think right now we're at like 163. 500 subscribers. Definitely want to crack this one open, 1,000%. And if there was some way that I knew the subscriber count for everybody that subscribed to me was at, I would say the 500 person that does subscribe. I'll find some way to send you a little handshake of that thing. But legally you can't do things like that. And I don't know the counts or whatever the case may be. But who knows? We get to 500. There may be some type of giveaways where some olive oil may be coming shipped towards you. So yeah, anywho, so 500 subscribers. I'll go ahead and open up said a lot B. I'm excited. I never had this before, and I feel like it's better fitting to open up at 500. So yeah. Now, for today, there is a bottle. Now I would say I made a few videos a little while ago how I said I'm not like actively hunting anything crazy. I'm not, but rare occasionally there are a few bottles that come up that are super affordable around MSRP. However, this was one. I might say I'm not a huge fan of Bulleit. I usually get Bulleit if I'm out somewhere and they have a horrendous selection of whiskeys to choose from. And Bulleit is usually the only thing they have. It has a little more proof than Jack Number 7. So I'm like, hell, why not give me Bulleit? But I saw this, I think I don't know, online somewhere. I think it was like Come and Whiskey or one of those like accounts, and it was like Bulleit Bottled in Bond. I was just like, you know what? I would be definitely interested in trying that one because I am a fan of their I guess 4 proof or single barrel expressions. I don't actively buy them. I think I bought one time because the store had it like super marked down, cheaper than the regular Bulleit, and I was like, we're here now. But I don't actively seek them out. But for this one, I would. I'm a sucker for like their kind of new packaging and labeling branding. Like for example, I do like. I have it back over here. The American single malt. I'm just a sucker for packaging, so I bought this one. And spoiler, this actually was good. So I was like, anything new Bulleit comes out with, I'm definitely down to give them a try. Now, I would say this necessarily wasn't hard to find. I just honestly waited till my store had it. That's the cool thing about, I feel like a lot of new releases these days. If it's not nothing that's super highly allocated, like anything you can think of, draw a blank, you can find it with a little work. So this one, I just waited. Definitely wasn't gonna like order it off online or do secondary for it because it was just at my store. Now, if anybody knows anything about Bottled in Bond, you already know this is gonna be at least aged for 4 years, which I'm excited about. I'm unsure how old the regular expression is, a Bulleit, but this one is aged for 4 years and it is 100 proof, so it has a little more kick to it, which I'm super excited about. But who wants to hear me talk about it? Let's talk about the bottle at hand today. It is none other than the Bulleit Bourbon Bottled in Bond. Woo, yeah. Anywho, you already heard my spiel about that one. I went ahead and poured it up, so let's go ahead and get to today's episode. Now, one thing I will say, I think I was talking to my man Whiskey about this. Shout out to Whiskey. I remember like when I got into whiskey, when I would review new whiskeys that I had way before the channel, I would always look at my favorite whiskey tubers and drink along them with the new release. And nowadays, I don't really do that as much anymore since, I'm kind of doing my own review. So everything I taste is usually like in real time because I don't want to get conflicted with any other channels tasting notes or whatever. So I usually kind of go back to like my favorite ones I have and check them out. But for this one, I definitely have a few. I'm probably going to check out their videos to see what they think because, I'm always curious. So the one we have today, I went ahead and poured it up. Yeah. So already, the nose is pretty pleasant. It obviously smells way better than the standard Bulleit. Like I said, there's a bottle here somewhere of standard Bulleit. Like I said, I used it for something and it got buried somewhere else. But here we are now talking about the Bottled In Bond. So going in for the nose. Oh man. So this nose is actually pretty good off of first sniff. It's weird. There's like a mixture of Werther's Original, which I got this before on a particular bottle. I'm unsure, but I remember definitely getting a note of Werther's Original. Now, I like Werther's Original. Werther's Original to me is nostalgic. Let me know in the comments if you like Werther's Original. Woo! Next, followed up by, there's a cream soda note in it, but it's not like too over the top, but it's just in there. It's like this creamy soda note mixed with like the Werther's Original. Oh, man. Next, I would say the hugest note I would say is like a churros note. Have you ever had like a very, very nice, warm churro that was fresh? That's what I'm getting on this. Oh man, it's a real cinnamony forward sugary type of mix. Oh man, with a little brown sugar. Oh, man, I want some churros now. I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right now. Ooh yeah. All right, so let's go on for the taste. Whew. That's 100 proof for sure. So the first thing that definitely you're greeted by, we take that first initial sip is that sting. At 100 proof, it is a little sting. It doesn't necessarily drink like a high proof expression, but this is the first drink of the day that I've had. But also when I first opened up this bottle, I think like almost like a few days ago, it was the same thing. Honestly, it was like a little sting. It's not overpowering though. It is followed by a nice kind of like sweet chocolate S bar type note. I would probably compare this to like like the Nestle Crunch bar. It's definitely giving off like Nestle Crunch vibes for sure. Let me go for one more taste. So that's what it is. So next to the Nestle Crunch bar, it's followed by this crazy like cherry jam vibe in it. So overall, it was pretty decent. Like I said, it's kind of chocolate forward and a mix of like kind of like a cherry jam type vibe or whatever in it for real. So the finish, I would say it is like a medium long finish. The finish is still going on. Hell, if this is the winter time, it's definitely heating up my esophagus right now as we speak. But overall, I would say, oddly enough, this actually is a surprisingly good pour. I personally think this might make me a fan of like maybe getting back into buying store picks of Bulleits because you always see them everywhere. They're like a dime a dozen, but this is pretty good. My recommendations, if you see this one, to get it, 1000%, I would get this one. The price isn't too far off from most Bottled In Bonds and maybe a little bit, more than like regular ones. But however, this one is pretty delicious. It does kind of to me qualify. It could be a daily sipper if a daily sipper is your vibe in that category. But overall, I thoroughly enjoyed this bottle. I recommend looking for this one if you can find it from recipe. I would definitely grab it all day long. You can hunt it. I necessarily wouldn't pay secondary for this bottle, but hey, do with your money what you do, what you do, what you do, when you do what you do. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. So yeah, let me know in the comments one or two things. One, if you even heard of this bottle, and two, do you like anything from Bulleit? Because no one ever really talks about Bulleit. No one's crazy about Bulleit, and Bulleit is like the most basic thing you can get at any bar or restaurant across the continent for the most part. So yeah, that's where we at. But yeah, so I personally think I might be a fan now. So I had to do a little more research on that. So if you like this one, go ahead and give me a good old like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, woo! And like we always say at this time, folks, cheers, salute, sante, Kobe, and all that jazz.